Hi everyone, so my name is Eve Tomlinson and I would like to speak to you all in this vlog about exercise like strength training and cardio and healthy eating and weight loss. And I hope what I say in this vlog inspires many people to maybe start exercising, whether it's strength training or cardio, and maybe to eat a bit healthier if you already don't. So, here it goes. Back in 2022, 2023, I put on a lot of weight. And one of the reasons I put on a lot of weight was because of my mental health. And I was struggling a lot with my mental health, and I was overeating when I was struggling. And the second reason I put on a lot of weight was because I was eating chocolates, sweets, biscuits, cake, crisps, so like lots of unhealthy food. And since I'm 4'10" and I'm 34 years old, I was obese. Because I was and I got to I was obese when I was like 11 stone 6, 11 stone 7. So yeah. So in April 2023, I went on Slim Fast diet. I got down to 9 stone something. That was just before my birthday in July 2023. But then I put weight back on again, and I got up to 11 stone 1. So end of December 2023, I decided to go back on Slim Fast diet again. Only this time, I would do it properly until I got down to a good healthy weight. So, 1st January 2024, I was 11 stone 1. December 2024, I was 7 stone 11, 7 stone 10. So I lost over 3 stone in weight, which was absolutely amazing for me, because in all my life, since I've been an adult, that's the lowest I have ever weighed. And I was proud of myself for losing a lot of weight and for sticking to it. Yeah, so I was proud. And in 2025, I did put on a bit of weight. I could tell I did. I had a muffin top, which was fat on my waist. And that was because I was snacking a bit in the daytime. So I was eating too many nuts, too much peanut butter. So when I got back from my holiday in Canada, end of August 2025, I decided to go back on Slim Fast diet in September 2025, because I think I was weighing about 9 stone 4, 9 stone 3, I think, and I decided to just go back on Slim Fast diet just for a bit, just to get under 9 stone and be 8 stone something, and I got to 8 stone 8, which was good. And in November 2025, even though I had a sickness and diarrhea bug, the morning before I got it, I was 8 stone 8. And I lost £7 in weight, but I didn't put all that £7 back on again. And I think one of the reasons I didn't put all that weight back on, all that £7 back on again, because I got to 8 stone 1, is because I've been eating healthy. I haven't been snacking in the daytime, and I've been consistent with exercise. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. And I try to eat healthy. So for breakfast in the morning, I have a dollop of 2 different yogurts. So I have, and it's 2 dollops of 2 different yogurts. I have 2 dollops of a kefir gut bacteria yogurt, 2 dollops of, and that's got protein in, and then I have 2 dollops of Tim's vanilla Greek style yogurt, which also has protein in it. I also have flax seeds and hemp seeds. I usually have a banana, and sometimes I have blueberries or raspberries or strawberries as well. And then I usually have a little bit of cream, not masses, but just a little bit. And then sometimes I have maybe 1 crumpet or maybe 1 little crumpet or 2 little crumpets with a little bit of butter on. And if we don't have any crumpets, I might have maybe 1 or 2 protein lentil cakes with a little bit of butter on. So yeah, yeah, and I'm finding actually what I have for breakfast, whether I eat it at 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. or 8:30 or 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. I'm finding that it's keeping me full until I have my evening meal, maybe like at 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. So, and I'm not snacking in the daytime, which is actually a good thing for me. So yeah, so it's keeping me full. And I try to have some healthy dinners. So sometimes for dinner I might have a jacket potato with a bit of tuna, mayo, sweet corn, a bit of cheese and some salad bits. Or sometimes I might have some bolognese and some cheese and some salad bits with a jacket potato. Sometimes I might have some beans with the jacket potato and some cheese. Sometimes I might just have some cheese on the jacket potato, then with some salmon and with some other salad bits as well. So yeah, and then I have sometimes I have like chicken supreme or some other chicken as well, and sometimes I have some salmon with some cheese sauce and some vegetables like broccoli. Sometimes I have homemade pizza or homemade salmon pasta, or sometimes I have some soup for dinner or a homemade salad. Yeah, so, and sometimes I have duck eggs on toast or normal fried eggs on toast or scrambled egg on toast or maybe some egg and beans. Yeah, so I try to eat healthy dinners. And for dessert, sometimes I might have an apple or a pear or a satsuma or a clementine or a kiwi fruit. So I try to eat plenty of fruit in the week, like for breakfast and for dessert. And sometimes I might have, like, maybe on a Friday evening or Saturday evening or Sunday evening, I treat myself just to a tiny little bit of chocolate. Not too much, just a little bit. It's not like a whole big bar, maybe just a square or two. And I can control myself a bit more when eating a bit of chocolate. And I don't go crazy over it. And if when I go to the cinema, I treat myself to a tiny bit of chocolate as well. Just a tiny bit, and maybe some sweets, but maybe a couple of sweets. But I try not to overdo it. I just maybe just have 1 or 2 squares of chocolate and a couple of sweets. And sometimes I might have like a low-calorie Bliss bar, which has only got like 68 calories in, or 70 calories, or 80 calories, so it's under 100 calories. So sometimes I might just have one of those bars, and there's some other bars I have that have got 68 calories in, 67 calories in, and the sugar's quite low. So yeah, so I try to, sometimes I might treat myself to a low-calorie bar, which I enjoy sometimes, so yeah. But yeah, I try not to overdo it on the sweet things. And I also do plenty of exercise. So I have written down the exercises I do. I like to go to the gym, and I do plenty of strength training at the gym and plenty of cardio. So these are the exercises I do when I go to the gym I do different weights each time I go to the gym. So I do 3 leg weights and 3 arm weights. So this is the workout I do on one of the days at the gym. So I do a lat pull down weight. I also do a cable row weight. And I was doing a low row weight, but I've now switched from doing the low row weight to the cable row weight. And I'm actually enjoying doing the cable row weight more than the low row weight, which I was doing. And I do a chest press weight. I also do 2 different leg abductors. Then I do a leg press. I also do tricep dips on the bench. And then I do deadlifts, and I pull up a bar. And then I do dead hangs on the pull-up bar. And I try to, when I'm doing the dead hangs, I hang on the bar for 40 seconds, and then sometimes I do maybe another 20 seconds, or maybe or maybe 30 seconds, depending on how I feel. And I try to pulse myself up a tiny bit as well when I'm doing the dead hangs. And I do a slam ball exercise, sometimes with a 6 kilogram ball, or 7 kilogram, or an 8 kilogram ball, or a 12 kilogram ball. I have tried the 12 kilogram ball, but it is a bit quite heavy, so I might. But at the moment, there's no 8 kilogram or 7 kilogram one, so if I have to, I might just do the 6 kilogram one, until like I'm more stronger at lifting, doing the 12 kilogram one. I also do a medicine ball Russian twist with an 8 kilogram medicine ball. And then I go on the treadmill and I do interval training on the treadmill. So sometimes that could be like for 10 minutes, or maybe for 14 minutes. Or sometimes it can be for 18 minutes, or 20 minutes, 25 minutes, or 30 minutes. At the moment I'm doing 30 minutes, and I do really fast walking. I also do some normal fast running, like I think it's like about 8 kilometers per hour, I think, or sometimes it can be like 8.5 or 8.4. And sometimes I do sprints on it as well. And the incline goes up as well sometimes for like the fast walking and the running as well. And it is quite hard, but I am enjoying it. And maybe in a few weeks I might bump it up to like 35 minutes. Yeah, because I'm finding that I'm enjoying it, and it's fat burning exercise. It helps to burn a bit of fat. So yeah, and it's really good, and I'm enjoying it at the moment. I also go on the rowing machine. I do interval train. I've just started interval training on the rowing machine, and I do that for 10 minutes. I do 30 seconds fast, then 30 seconds a bit slower. And yeah, and I repeat doing in the intervals. In a few, because I've just started interval training on that. Maybe like next month in April, or maybe in May, I might start doing like 1 minute fast and 1 minute slow for the interval training. But at the moment, I'm just going to concentrate on 30 seconds fast and 30 seconds slow. I also do go on the exercise bike, and sometimes I do interval training on the exercise bike. I do this hill thing, and I do it for about 10 minutes, and I do it at a low thing. I do it about low levels, so maybe about level 1 or level 2. So then I'm not, straining my legs too much. And then for a cool down, I go on the cardio wave machine for about 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah, just to cool down. Then I do stretches. And then the other day I go to the gym. I do a tricep push down rate, and that's with a rope, with a small rope. And then I do this other rate, which I just started back in February. It's called a face pull rate, and that's I pull the rope right towards my face, and yeah, and I'm finding that I'm enjoying doing that one. And then I do a leg extension rate, which is quite hard sometimes. I also do a leg curl rate, and then I do a hip thrust rate, and then I do Bulgarian split squats. I was doing Bulgarian split squats up until recently on a step, but now I've progressed to a bench, and I actually enjoyed doing the Bulgarian split squats on the bench. So I'm going to be using the bench a lot more every week now for Bulgarian split squats. Yeah, it was quite hard because I'm quite small for my age, but I gave them a good go. So yeah, and I also do step jumps on the step, and then so I jump onto the step, then I get off, then I jump on, then get off, and then I do step ups. So I step onto the step really fast, then get off, get on, get off, get on, get off. And then I do an abdominal crunch rate machine, and that works my abs. And that really works my abs. And I do medicine ball V-ups with an 8 kilogram medicine ball. Then I do a medicine ball wood chopper move, again with an 8 kilogram medicine ball. And then I do a battle rope. And then I go on the Stairmaster, and I do interval training on the Stairmaster, sometimes for 10 minutes or 14 minutes or for 17 minutes or maybe for 20 minutes. At the moment I'm doing 20 minutes, and I have to do these exercise moves when I'm doing this interval training. And and I'm enjoying doing that. And maybe in a few weeks I might bump it up to 23 minutes, but I'm just concentrating on 20 minutes and getting the speed a bit faster. And then I go on the cross trainer. Sometimes if I do interval training on the cross trainer, I do it for about 10 or 14 minutes. And if I don't do interval training, I just do like normal cross trainer, 10, 15 minutes on the cross trainer. And then for a cool down, if I've got enough time after the cross trainer, I do a cool down on the treadmill for 5 or 6 or 10 minutes, and I walk slow, but I put the incline up. So I put it up to about 2 kilometers per hour, and then and then I just walk quite slow, and then I put the incline up. And I also do stretches as well, and I do 3 sets of the leg and the arm weights. And the Bulgarian split squats, I do 6 sets. I do 3 on each leg. And for the wood chopper move with the medicine ball, because I do 3 sets on each side, so that's 6 sets together. So I'm doing quite well at the gym. Yeah, and I also do stretches on both days when, after. And then I also do plenty of exercises at home as well. So I go running outside. I like to run in different locations. So sometimes that could take me about 20 minutes or 25 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour or over an hour. And I enjoy going running. I'm finding that I've got a lot faster over the past year, so which is really good. And I like to skip outside with my skipping rope in the garden. Sometimes I skip for 10 minutes or for 15 or for 20 or 25 or for 30 minutes. And I recently did some skipping for 32 minutes. I'm trying to bump up the time slowly each week, so I'm going to focus on doing 32 minutes for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then maybe bump up the time again to 34 minutes, and then after 34 minutes bump up to 35 minutes. And sometimes I can skip without stopping for 10 minutes, which is really good. Sometimes I can skip for 12 minutes without stopping, 13 minutes without stopping, 14 minutes without stopping, and I can skip for 15 minutes without stopping as well. I can't get past 15 minutes without stopping. I would like to do that before the end of this year, maybe skip for 16 or 17 or 18 minutes without stopping, and then maybe eventually do 20 minutes without stopping. But at the moment I'm just focusing on 10 minutes at the least and 15 minutes at the most. So I see how long I can go for, which is really good, because a few years ago I wouldn't have been able to get past a minute or 2 without stopping. So I've come a long way with my skipping. And I also do jumping jacks or star jumps. They're basically the same thing. I do them for about 7 minutes. And then I do marching for about 5 or 6 minutes. That's my cool down. I also do some arm circles. So I get my arms to go back for over a minute. Then I get them to go forward for over a minute. And that is really strenuous on my arms, but it's good. And then I do stretches as well. I also do some strength training at home as well. So I've got an 8 kilogram kettlebell that I use a lot at the moment. I do a kettlebell shoulder press, and it's single arm, and I do 3 sets on each arm. So I have the kettlebell here, then I get it up above my head, then I get it down to my shoulder, then I get it up again, and I do 3 sets on each arm. I also do a kettlebell single arm row, again, and I bend down like that, and then I get the kettlebell from down below, and I get it to my side, and that's quite hard. I do 3 sets on each side, and then I do a kettlebell upright row, just normal 3 sets, because I'm holding it with both hands, and then I do kettlebell swings, and I just do 3 normal sets of kettlebell swings, and then another day with my kettlebell, or actually not another day, but I split up these kettlebell exercises actually, so I don't do them all in one session. Sometimes the other ones I do like the next day. So I do a single arm kettlebell ground to overhead move. So the kettlebell is on the ground, and I lift it from the ground, then I get it over my head, and then I get it down to the ground again. And I do 3 sets on each arm. And then I do kettlebell hand to hand swings, and it's a single arm one. So I get the kettlebell up with the arm, and then I quickly grab it, then I swing. I swing it up, and then I quickly grab it, then I swing it down and swing it up, and then so on and so on. So I do about maybe about 4 sets of that, I think I do 4 sets of that, yeah. Because I start on each arm, so yep. So yeah, I think I do about 4 sets of that sometimes at the least, and at the most 6 sets. I also do a single arm kettlebell chest press while I'm lying on the floor. So I lie on the floor and I lift the kettlebell up, and then I bring it back down again, and I do that on I do 3 sets on each arm for that, and then I do a kettlebell halo move, and I get the kettlebell and it goes round my head, and then goes to the back of round my head, and then to the front, so that's only 3 sets. And then I do an arm extensions with my kettlebell. So I have the kettlebell up here, then I get it to back down there, then I get it up, bring it back down, and I do 3 sets of 5 at the moment, because I am quite new to it, but I'm hoping in the next 2 or 3 weeks to do 3 sets of 6, but I just want it to be a bit easier for 3 sets of 5, if you know what I mean. And then I'm hoping to get more stronger with my 8 kilogram kettlebell, because I'm hoping to, in the next 1 or 2 or 3 months, I'm hoping to start using my 10 kilogram kettlebell that I got for Christmas in 2025. So yeah, so so my goal is to get stronger with the 8 kilogram one, which I am slowly, and then I'll move up to using my 10 kilogram one. So yep, it takes me a bit of time to increase the weight. And then I use these 2.5 kilogram dumbbells, and I do lateral raises, 3 sets of lateral raises, 3 sets of front raises, then I do 3 sets of bicep arm curls, and I'm doing 3 sets of 12 at the moment. Then I do crunches with the dumbbells, 3 sets of 8, but I think in the next week or 2, or maybe this week, I might bump it up to 3 sets of 10. Yeah, but at the moment I'm just doing 3 sets of 8, but maybe if not this week, maybe the week after, or in a couple of weeks, I'll do 3 sets of 10. And I also do this back extension, and I balance on my big blue exercise ball, and I use the dumbbells, and I start with the dumbbells at the front, then I get them to the back, and then I get them to the side or to the front again, and then I get them to the back, and that is quite hard, and I'm doing 3 sets of 5 at the moment, but I'm hoping again in the next 2 or 3 weeks to do 3 sets of 6, but I am quite new to that move, so it will take me a bit of time. And then then I also do some core exercises, and I have some resistance bands. So I do a plank. I do 2 side planks, a plank on each side, and then 2 front planks, and for the side planks with the resistance band, I lift a leg up, I lift my leg up, that's at the top, and then I lower it down and I lift it up again, and then I do the same with the other leg on the other side. Then for the front plank, I alternate lifting my legs up for the front planks. So like for each set, I'll lift the right leg up first for a few seconds, and I lift the left leg up again, the left leg up for a few seconds, and I'll do the right leg again, then do the left leg again. I also do knee tucks with the resistance band. I also do scissor kicks with the resistance band. I also do an ab bicycle move with the resistance band. And then I do dead bugs with the resistance band. And then I do a bird dog exercise with the resistance band. And then I do glute kickbacks with a resistance band. And I do for the glute kickbacks, I do 3 sets on each leg. For the bird dog exercise, because I start on each leg once, I do 6 sets. And again, for the dead bug exercise, I start on each leg, so I do 6 sets. And for that bicycle move, again, I start on each leg and I do 6 sets. But then for the scissor kicks and the knee tucks, I just do 3 sets. Yeah, and the bird dog move, I do elbow to knee. So yeah, so that's why I have to do 6 sets of the bird dog move, because I do 3 sets on each leg and each arm. I also do lunges with my 8 kilogram kettlebell, and I do 3 sets. No, not 3 sets. I do 4 sets of 10, but I might start doing 4 sets of 12 soon. I don't know, maybe, yeah. And then I do squats with my resistance band and holding my 8 kilogram kettlebell. With the lunges, I'm not doing 4 sets. I'm doing 6 sets of the lunges. I'm getting the 4 sets mixed up with the squats. But the lunges, I do 6 sets because I start on each leg and I hold the kettlebell in my hand for each set. So that's why I do 6 sets. And I start on each leg. And then for the squats with resistance, and I don't use a resistance band for the lunges. I just use the kettlebell with the lunges. But for the squats, I use a resistance band, and I hold my 8 kilogram kettlebell, and I'm doing 4 sets of 10, but I might bump it up to 4 sets of 12 soon, or maybe 5 sets of 10. Then I also do burpees. I do 3 sets of 10 burpees, but I might bump up to 3 sets of 12 burpees soon. And then I do sit-ups on my big blue ball, and at the moment I'm doing 3 sets of 12. I also do these 3 different 5-minute lying down Pilates. I find them on YouTube and they're really good. And one is like to lose like muffin top, to lose muffin top, and one is to like get a bit leaner and to lose belly fat. And I also do these standing Pilates, which are over 20 minutes, and it's really good because it helps me to balance while I'm standing up. And then I do this Tabata workout, and that's to help me get a smaller waist and a flat belly, and it's strength training moves. So it's like a lot of there's some lunges done in it and squats, and that's for the 30 minutes, and it's fat burning as well, but it's not normal cardio. So and then I do this cardio easy fat loss, cardio fat burn for 32 minutes, and that's really good. Then sometimes I do this dance cardio aerobics for 19 minutes or for 20 minutes or for 23 minutes, or sometimes for 28 or for over 30 minutes or maybe 52 minutes. but it's nothing too extreme, because there's no jumping moves. It's just like a bit of light workout, and yeah, and it's good cardio. And then sometimes I do this walk and run in place intervals for fat burn, and that's for 15 minutes. So I walk and run in place, and it's really good, and it's really good. I'm enjoying doing that. And there are some other ones as well. The one that I'm doing at the moment is like 7K, but you can do like 5K ones. So I might give like others a go in the future, maybe the 5K one. Yeah, but yeah, so sometimes I might change it up 1 week with this running intervals, maybe do the 5K one week and then 7K. But at the moment I just want to do like the 7K ones, the 7K one at the moment. But I'll probably give the 5K one a go on this YouTube channel, and then see which other ones there are. And then I do this, sometimes I do a walking workout for 18 minutes or for 19 minutes, and this is on this YouTube channel, or for 23 minutes, or for 30 minutes, or for over 40 minutes, or for an hour, or over an hour, maybe for 1 hour 17 minutes, or 1 hour and 22 minutes. And it's just some light walking workout, and it's just some good exercise. And yeah, and sometimes if I do the 1 hour ones, sometimes I might do that on a Saturday, just to do a bit of a light workout on a Saturday. So yeah, sometimes I do the 1 hour ones and the over 1 hour ones on a Saturday. And in the week, I might just do like 30 minutes or 18 minutes or 19 minutes or 23 minutes. But I don't do any longer. I just keep it a bit shorter then. But if I can't do a 1 hour one at the weekend on a Saturday, then I might do the 1 hour one like in the week instead. Yep. So that's my plans usually. And then I do this fun fitness for pelvic floor. So I have a weak bladder, and I do this fun fitness exercise. So it focuses, I do these butterfly glute bridges, and then I do some other exercise moves, and it helps me a bit. And then I do this other thing for glute. You do glute bridges for a couple of minutes, then you do some of these kegels as well, and it helps me because it helps me like with my bladder problems. So I have to squeeze in between, like up, and then I have to like release. So yeah, it's really good actually. And for the fun fitness one, I use this block, which is really good, and I have to like get the block underneath my bum, and then I have to do some leg moves, and that's really good actually. I enjoy going on the block. And then sometimes I do these bedtime stretches as well. So, and I do have some exercise DVDs. So sometimes I've got this 5-step fat attack DVD, this Davina Fit in 15 exercise DVD. Then I've got the Insanity DVDs, and sometimes on a Saturday, if I have enough time, I might do like an exercise DVD, maybe a 5-step fat attack, or Davina Fit in 15, or Insanity. But the Insanity ones, they are like quite intense. So I think the exercise DVDs, they're like a good thing for me to fall back on. Like say like if like another lockdown happens, hopefully it won't, but say if one does, then, or say if like World War III happens, then, and we couldn't go out and I couldn't go out to the gym at all or running, then I think the exercise DVDs, like the 5-step fat attack and Davina Fit in 15 and Insanity, they're really good DVDs for me to do like when I can't actually go to the gym for quite a while, and when I yeah, when I can't go to the gym for a while and can't go running outside and skip outside, etc., I can focus on doing my exercise DVDs then. So yeah, so that's really good. And yeah, so I don't like plan to do the DVDs like every Saturday. If maybe once in a while I might do them on a Saturday. But yeah, but I'm focusing on other things at the moment. I like I like to do like the walking for over an hour on a Saturday, just in my bedroom actually, because it's just a light workout. So I'm enjoying doing that, and I also like to go walking outside. Um, Especially like in the springtime and the summertime, and when we get some nice days in the wintertime when it's not raining in the wintertime and it's nice sunny weather. But I do like to go walking outside as well in the winter months. So yeah, I do enjoy that. And I also do some side steps cardio for slim legs and toned glutes with my resistance band. One week I do 44 minutes and another week I do 23 minutes. So, and I'm really enjoying doing that as well. So yeah, I do a lot, as you can tell. I might in the future. I'm actually thinking about this, but I just need to save up a bit of money. I might get a small rebounder trampoline. I've heard that they are good. I've heard that that's really good exercise to get like a rebounder trampoline. And I've heard that it is really good. So I'm thinking about getting a rebounder trampoline. Not right now, but in the future, I think I might get one. Because I would like to try going on a rebounder trampoline, like a small round rebounder, and do some exercise on it. Yeah, I would like to do that. So, yeah, if I do, then maybe I would do that on a Saturday or something like that. So, yeah, so I am doing quite well with exercise. I try to stay fit and healthy, and I try to eat healthy. And I do a lot of strength training and cardio. And yeah, and I know that many people who I know and don't exercise. Like they don't. I know that many people who I know and don't know don't do strength training, like lift weights, and don't do cardio. And I would recommend to do some strength training and to do some cardio, even if you can't be bothered to, just do something, because as we age, we lose, unless we don't fight back, we lose 2% of muscle as we age, unless especially if you don't do any strength training, then you lose muscle, 2% of your muscle as you age. So don't let that happen, okay? Just maybe start lifting weights if you can. Because if, lifting weights, they can prevent you from having falls when you're older. And, yeah, so I would recommend lifting some weights. So if you can, maybe get like a 1 kilogram, maybe get 1 or 2 kilogram dumbbells, and then maybe get a 4 kilogram kettlebell, and then maybe do some dumbbell exercises for 5 minutes, then some kettlebell exercises for 5 minutes, and then maybe do some cardio for like 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe you could march on the spot for 10 minutes, or do like a 10-minute walking workout or a 20-minute walking workout. Maybe you could do some Pilates, which are quite easy. Maybe you could do some planking for 3 sets of a plank for 30 seconds, and maybe you could do some lunges, 3 sets of lunges, and maybe 3 sets of squats. Just start somewhere. And I understand that if you have children, and if it is quite hard, but when your children have gone to bed, don't sit down on the sofa, not do anything. Don't sit down on the sofa. Then maybe do a bit of exercise, because even like 5 minutes, even 10 minutes of some cardio is something. Just you could always do lunges and squats with your children. And maybe because many people get in like walking pads, and they are like treadmills, walking pads, treadmills. And people have been going on them, you know, because like, especially if they can't go to the gym, you know, and it's, you know, you can put it under your sofa, the walking pad. And then like some people like just walk in their living room on it. And you could do, you know, if you get a walking pad treadmill, you could do like 10 minutes walking on it or 15 minutes walking on it. Like after your children have gone to bed, you could just walk on the walking pad just for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, you could do that. Or you could get a skipping rope and skip outside for 10 minutes. You know, just doing something is really good than better than doing nothing, because it is recommended to do in the week 150 minutes of exercise in the week, like 150 minutes of cardio in the week. So if you can do some cardio, whether it's like 30 minutes at home, you know, just do something, because there is some like walking workouts on YouTube, and you don't have to have indoor trainers to do them. You can just like do a 1 hour walking workout or a 20-minute walking workout. You can do it barefoot. You don't have to wear trainers. So yeah, so I would recommend, you know, doing something, because you know, sometimes, you know, a little bit of something, you know, a bit of exercise, you know, you do feel good about yourself. I feel good about myself each time I exercise. So, yeah, and I believe that you all can do it. I know that. Yeah, and if you don't eat healthy, like some of you like have too many chocolate and sweets and biscuits and cakes, then don't treat yourself like to that every day, because it can lead to weight gain, and it can lead to type 2 diabetes. And so don't eat chocolate every day. If you eat chocolate every day, like masses of it, then you're going to put weight on. And I don't want to see people like, you know, who I know and don't know, put weight on that from eating too many sugary things. I know that we all love a bit of sugar, but we need to like just have the right amount, not go overboard. Yeah, and there is actually a good podcast. It's on Spotify and it's also on YouTube. It's called Why Sugar is Killing Us, and it's actually a good listen. So if you can, I will put the link up to that podcast on under this video, so you can, if any of you are interested, just give it a watch. And I will put it under my, I will put it on, so I will upload it. So, yep. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but sometimes if I'm going out for lunch, like on a weekday, or if I'm having a big family meal on a Sunday, I usually do fasting, like intermittent fasting. So I might not eat from about 8 p.m. on the Saturday night or 6 p.m. on maybe on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Thursday evening, you know, then I can go out and have a nice lunch at lunchtime. So, and intermittent fasting is really good to lose weight. So, yeah, so sometimes I might do intermittent fasting. Yeah, and that is a really good thing to do to lose weight. So, yeah, so I am happy with what I'm doing, and I do hope that many of you do start to exercise. Even if you can't be bothered to, just don't have that attitude. Just think to yourself, I need to exercise, because, you know, if you know that you've put weight on, you know, then just, you know, then don't carry on putting weight on. Just, you know, because I don't want to see people like, no, I don't know, you know, like putting weight on, you know, just, you know, I just want you all to be fit and healthy like me. You know, if you know that you put weight on, lose it. You know, if you like too much chocolate and too many sweets, cut down on the sweet things, because it's like sugar is killing us. And yeah, so just try and eat the right things, try and be healthy, lift weights, eat plenty of protein, and consider chocolate and sweets as maybe like a thing, maybe like a tiny bit, like if you have chocolate, just have 1 or 2 squares. Don't go mad on it. Don't go eating like a whole big bar of Galaxy. Don't eat like a whole big bag, massive bag of chocolate buttons all for yourself. Don't have lots of a piece of cake every day for yourself, you know. Just cut down on sweet things, have more fruit, and then maybe have a like sweet thing sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, or maybe if you have chocolate, just have 1 square, you know, just don't go mad, because you know that's, you know, chocolate and, you know, all these sugary things, they lead to weight gain. And if you have white bread has actually got refined carbs in it, and refined carbs is quite bad. So I would recommend not having white bread. You know, maybe just have wholemeal bread or rye bread, or a healthier bread. You know, so yeah, and if you have yogurts, have like a protein yogurt. Have some, you know, have something healthier, like Greek style yogurt. That's really nice. You could put like protein powder in it. You can have it with fruit. You can have it with honey. You know, it's really nice. So yeah, but I'm sorry for waffling on, but I do hope and pray that many of you will start to exercise if you don't. Whether you start lifting weights or doing a bit of cardio, or whether you eat healthy. And don't restrict from eating chocolate completely. Just if you have chocolate, just treat yourself maybe on a Friday night or Saturday night, just to maybe 1 or 2 squares, you know, and then just to 1 or 2 squares, not like more than 1 or 2 squares. Yep. So yeah, so I'm sorry for waffling on. I am going to do another video with some photos from what I look like when I was a bit fat, when I was obese, in 2022 and 2023, and I'm going to upload some photos of my progress from since then. So like photos of myself from now. So and I might upload some pictures of my food, but I might not in the video. So yeah, so after this video I'll upload another video, and so hopefully you can see my progress. And once again, I'm sorry for waffling on, and I believe that you all can make changes. So make changes for the better. And I will pray that many of you can start to make changes, and especially, because you will feel good about yourself if you do. So so don't, if you know that you put weight on, don't continue putting weight on, just lose it. Yeah, because I care about all of you. Even if I don't know you, I do care about you. So once again, I'm sorry for waffling on, and I hope you like this video. And and I'll see, and I'll update you all when I, in a few months, when I'm using like my 10 kilogram kettlebell. I'll update you all like on how I'm finding that in a few months. And when I'll tell you about my progress soon. So okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.